Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Monday, September 22nd, day 77. We are now down to 6 days to go. The finale is a week from yesterday. So a week from today, I'll be talking to you about who won. And my guess is it's going to be Ashley Morgan or Vincent. I can say that much for sure. I do not think Ava's winning, and Keanu should be out of the house by this time tomorrow. Honestly, we thought he was going to be out of the house before I talked to you today, but he's still there. They have not had the power veto meeting, and they have not voted him out yet. We thought it might happen yesterday, but it didn't. So they continue to muddle along. I did not watch last night's episode yet. I know what was shown on it. I guess the nomination ceremony was a weird voodoo kind of ritual where Vincent was sticking pins in voodoo dolls or something to that effect, or putting up voodoo dolls, or I'm not sure. Just is a bit wacky. Don't really care. We already talked about the power veto this weekend, that it was held on Friday, which made us think there was going to be a big accelerated thing, but now here we are, Monday morning, and they haven't done the power veto meeting yet, which is usually Monday afternoon. So, I think this morning Dingo gave a guess that maybe they'll do the eviction, and as soon as the power veto ceremony is over, Vincent will be, the vote will happen immediately, and Vincent will be walked out of the house or whatever. I don't know. We're just sure Vincent is going to get voted out. He's been trying to campaign to stay, but it's really not happening. I'm trying to think what else to talk about, as far as we're just kind of waiting for this to happen. We know that Vincent is going. We don't know who the next head of household is going to be. The next head of household is supposed to be shown and everything on Thursday's show, and so they have to get it done, and we don't know when the feeds are going to go down or how long the feeds are going to go down. I've got mixed signals as far as what might happen. I've heard from sources that the feeds may come back after Keanu's eviction, but don't know. And I don't know how much we can trust any sources right now. Take, for example, Sharon thought that there would be an eviction today or yesterday, and there wasn't. And I'm not throwing Sharon under the bus at all. That's just what she'd heard, but she wasn't even sure about it. She's like, well, I'm told that there'll be an eviction today, but there wasn't. So, who knows? I'm trying to think of what else to talk about in brief, because really the basic story is, I've already told you, Morgan won the power veto competition on Friday. She's not going to use it. Keanu's going to be evicted, and that's what we're waiting for. There's really not a lot of campaigning to do. They did get videos yesterday. The feeds went down for about, I don't know, an hour maybe. I'm not sure how long. But when it came back, it turned out that they'd all gotten videos from home. The biggest news out of that was Vincent's parents were the ones that did his video. Now, nobody's significant others appeared. I don't think Ava saw hers. At least I didn't hear that she did. And I don't think Keanu didn't mention seeing his. So they both have significant others. Vincent as well only saw his parents, but we're more focused in on the whole Vincent-Morgan relationship and Vincent's girlfriend. Vincent's girlfriend did not appear, but again, Keanu's didn't either, and I don't think Ava's did. So that's like, okay, well, nobody's did. But in Vincent's world, I just really focused in on Vince's demeanor afterwards, and it was very, very down. Very, very introspective, like weight of the world on his shoulders. Like, yeah, well, I have to wonder if it's probably a combination of things. A, he knows the whole thing is coming to an end, the game, the show, and I think he knows that means there's going to be a reckoning of some type because of his relationship with Morgan, which is still, we're just friends. But there's discussions that happened this weekend that I think have happened since I posted my last podcast on Saturday. And those discussions were, I think they happened Saturday night, early Sunday morning, where Vincent and then Morgan were discussing something they called Option 1 in code, trying to discuss in code. And part of the code was the percentage, a percentage of something happening. And just, look, I have to cut through the BS code, at least what I perceive as the BS code, and say that Vincent was basically expressing to Morgan that he had an interest in her, in being in a relationship with her, but it depended on what happened when he got out of the house and his girlfriend. You know, I don't know what that would be. It's like, well, I don't know what's going to happen with me and my girlfriend when I get out. But if something did happen, if we did break up, would you be interested in being more than just friends? This was never said explicitly. That's why we're just trying to read into it. And to which, you know, that was the percentage thing where Morgan was saying, no, it's not a 0% chance of us being together. And also saying, you know, I would never play with your emotions as a way to game you. That's some of the things he said. Now, let's just take that for what it's worth, which is very little. We don't know what's going to happen. When they get out, they're going to get so many people in the ears talking to them, telling them. And one of the things Morgan is going to hear is about all the things Vince did behind her back. Right? Vince tried to get her to do things by misleading her. He tried to get her, throw her under the bus, and it didn't work, but he worked at it. And so she's going to hear about this, even though she says she's not going to watch the show. She's going to hear about it because her friends are going to tell her, right? So I don't care. I don't care about relationships outside the house mostly. So whatever, but I know some of you do. So there you go. There's your that. Anything else? I really, this is really, and it happens every year. Pull up my comments from the last year. Same thing. We're just crawling to the end here, and I just want to get to finale night and be done with this show. For this, that's where I'm at. So Vince and Morgan are still sleeping in the head of household room. I thought she was going to come downstairs and sleep downstairs. She hasn't. And she's not going to, I don't think. Until Vince's head of household reign is over, which we thought could have been last night, but it wasn't. So maybe tomorrow I will tell you that, oh yeah, by the way, Keanu's gone. And tell you how it happened. Hopefully I will, because I want something new to talk about rather than this. Now, the problem is that, again, I think that when Keanu leaves, we may not have feeds until late Thursday. Which might also be another blessing of, let's not talk about Big Brother for a day. And prepare for the next months, depending on if there's a winter version of Big Brother, because there's always talk of that every year too, right? There's talk of a winners only version. Who knows? The ratings are fine. The ratings are fine for Big Brother. They are not. The executives may not be, like, oh my God, this is an amazing show, but they're also not disappointed. It's making them money. That's for sure. Yeah, that's all I got, guys. We're gonna wrap her up and slowly meander our way to the finale. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to tell you right now, and I don't think there is. There'll probably be something that's going to come up as soon as I shut this down, but I'm having enough. It's a Monday, right? So, happy Monday. Thanks for your support, everyone. Thank you to my patrons, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Unless something really interesting happens today that's worth talking about. And I'm not sure Keanu's eviction will be that thing. But you never know. The mood might strike me on the drive home to talk about Big Brother if something ends up happening. I'll let you know. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.